Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. My name is Daniel, and in this one I'm going to be walking you through how I did this illustration called a daily task. So the first thing is I am in Blender and creating all of the different props in the scene. In this case it's going to be a lot of potted plants and containers and all that kind of stuff. And the reason I'm doing it first is just because I can go ahead and duplicate it from my selections here rather than having to model it again and again and again. And it's actually pretty fun arranging the scene. I'm just going to put all of the different plants where I want it, as well as the containers, rotating it around, and having a look through my scene camera just so I can see the composition as well. Once that's done, I will move on to the lighting, and in Blender I'm just using a regular point light. One for the main light source, which is going to be above our character, and then a bunch of smaller ones which will represent party lights when we actually go to paint the final. So here's what the lighting looks like, and I added a third light source, which is going to be the moon, and just turned that down a little bit and added a bit of a blue tinge. And I'll go ahead and render that out, bring it into Photoshop, and then start tracing over everything just to get the general composition down. And I'll also go ahead and add the props and items that I didn't model just to save time, such as all of the plants and some of the table items. And this is a really similar workflow to cell shading. So I'm creating different layers that have the same color, such as all of the different pots with that orange, and also all of the different plants with the green, just to separate everything out. And then on top of this, I'll go ahead and add a multiplier layer, and that will be where all of my lighting comes in. So for the character, it's also important to separate everything out, such as the overalls and the hair, and also the headband. And the reason I'm separating everything is because when I go ahead and actually add the lighting using multiply, I can use the solid colors as selections rather than having to go ahead and manually do it with the lasso tool, which would take way too long. Also adding in just some extra details such as the tattoo and some color variation in all the different elements. So right now I'm creating a solid color layer and setting that to multiply, and using all of the selections that you can see on the right hand side in my channels tab, I will go ahead and paint out all of the shadows and the highlights. And if you remember our lighting passes from earlier in the 3D stage, I'm pretty much just using that as a reference and following along with the shadows I see on that. This bit is pretty time consuming, but I think it really provides a strong base to work off of, because once I'm happy with the way the basic lighting looks like, I will go ahead and merge it together and then start painting on top. And I've still got my selections saved, so I don't have to worry about edges or anything like that. And pretty much go ahead and render the rest of the thing. And I like to work at different sections at a time, so different props such as the watering can and also all the different pots, and making sure that I have some kind of goal every time I sit down to paint. And right now just adding a little bit of light towards the end, and here we go, here's the final. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.